Hello guys, welcome to another video. So in this video we are going to discuss about how to download Blender and do a basic 3D animation in Blender. So let's begin. So for downloading Blender, go to Google and type in blender.org, and after clicking on, there is some information is provided in this website about Blender. So there are different features that are available on Blender, that is rendering, modeling, sculpting, animation and rigging, VFX and also video editing. Mainly there are plenty of options that are available in Blender. Instead of comparing with another software, there are different types of software combined in a single software in the case of Blender. So for downloading Blender, you can click on download option and click on download Blender 2.9. So after downloading it, we can just open Blender. So after opening Blender, you can see that there are different options seen here: general, 2D animation, sculpting, VFX, video editing. So here we can just click on general animation. We only need a basic idea about the 3D animation, so just click on general. There are 2D animation, sculpting, VFX. We don't need that kind of editing, so we just need an animation. So click on general, and in general we can see that there's a default cube, this in here, and a camera facing a cube. So through this camera we are capturing our animation. The movement we capture through are captured through this camera for doing animation. This is our object. So let's study about the different tools seen on the left corner. So the first tool is a selection box. By using a selection box, we can select object by directly clicking on the object, or by clicking on the right side portion, that is seen in the scene collection option. By clicking here, we can see different types of editors for doing different functions in Blender. So mainly the default case is the outliner. We are here on the outliner case. So in the outliner we can select object through clicking on it. This camera, cube and light is here on our scene for providing the basic input for our animation. So through going through the tools, we just introduce the selection box for selecting an object, and the next tool is the move tool for moving through X, Y and Z directions. For moving, we just click on the axis and just move through it, through which direction we need to perform. So the next tool is the rotation tool. We can rotate an object through this tool. By different axes, move anywhere, any directions. We can move through any direction through this tool also. And the another tool is the scale tool. For scaling purposes, we need to scale an object. We can gradually scale through this by clicking on the circle portion and just dragging the mouse, or through the axis that is given here, the X, Y and Z axis. And the next tool is the transform tool. It's a combination of one or more tools. That is, we can move an object from one place to another, can rotate, and also we can scale the object. There is a combination of 3 tools come under one tool. So going back to the selection tool, and this is our basic cube. Okay, so before beginning we need to introduce one more tool, that is a cursor tool. Mainly the cursor tool is, as you can see here, it is placed under the cube, so we can move the cursor to any side for linking a object to that cursor for adding new object. So for example, let me add an object by clicking shift A and we can add a plane. So by adding a plane, we can understand the functions of cursor. Initially the cursor is seen on the cube, so by adding an object, a plane on this portion, it is difficult to understand. So in our case, we have placed the cursor in another portion of our plane and just add our object. We can just delete our plane using by simply selecting that plane and clicking on delete. Okay, so there are different viewports that are available on Blender. Mainly it is the initial viewport we are seeing here now, and the third one is the rendered viewport. The rendered viewport means while giving light effects, background effects, that kind of effects, we can easily visible through this rendered view. This is the mainly viewport that is available in Blender. Also we can move. There are different side tools, right side tools that are available in Blender. We can simply zoom in and zoom out through this right tool. Through this hand tool, we can move the view from through anywhere. Also, this is the main view, that is the camera view. So inside the camera, how we see our scene is by clicking on the camera view. We can easily understand how we can distinguish two scenes from one scene by another. Before going to animation, now we have understood that we need to go through different tools for making changes for an object. Instead of doing that, there are shortcuts that are available in Blender in order to scale an object. If we need to increase the size and decrease the size, we need to scale that object. So in order to scale that object, there is a shortcut called S. So by selecting the cube, we just click on S and scale it. Let me put on the initial viewport so we can visible right now. So it is, we can scale through S. By clicking on S, we can increase or decrease the size of the cube, and also we can scale around different axes, such as scale around X axis and scale around Y axis. As we have performed earlier through these tools manually, we can do it by simply applying the shortcuts available in Blender. So in the case of rotation tool, there is a shortcut key for rotation. It is the R. By clicking the R, we can rotate through X axis. We can rotate the object only through X axis in this case, and also for Y axis we just need to click on Y, and through Z axis we just need to click on the Z. If we need to move an object from one place to another, there is a shortcut in Blender called grab, that is a G, and we can move. We can move the object from one place to another by clicking on G. Also there are different viewports here seen here. There are different we can switch through different viewports by clicking on the numpad 0, that is the camera view, and the 3 is for the top view, 9 is for a side view, 4 is for a side view. These are all different views that are available on Blender. So it is the initial view. We can see that different views. It is mainly suitable for doing linear animation and that kind of stuffs. So let's come back to our viewport. Okay, let's come to our default view and let's do a basic animation. Also click on the right click, we can change the view by clicking on this X, Y and Z axis. These are the main viewports. You can switch through different views through this right toggle buttons, or through by clicking the numpad 1, 3 numbers. You can switch through different viewports by clicking either through numbers or through the toggle buttons. Okay, so after doing this, you can just create our simple animation. So for creating a simple animation, we just need a time frame for manipulating the animation, in which frame we need to start and which frame we need to end. So for that purpose, there is a time frame that is available under this option. You can easily drag through upwards, and also you can see there are different frames up to 200 250 you can visible. There are different frames for doing animation. So for doing animation, we can just click on, can just select, now it is on the cursor, you can just select on the select tool and just drag the plane under the cube and scale it. So after the correct placement, we can do our animation. So for doing it, we first toggle to the camera view. In order to switch to camera view, just click on num0 or clicking through this camera icon seen on the right side. And for locking the camera to view, we need to enable another option in Blender, that is lock camera to view. For doing that, we just click on N on keyboard, and you can visible here there are different properties that come under this category. It is mainly item, tool, view, create and 3D print. So click on view, there is an option called lock camera to view, and click on lock camera to view. Okay, after enabling that, you can see that, and also clicking N, and it goes out, and you can see that while making our scene, the camera is locked throughout our scene for easily doing the animation. So let's switch to the camera view, and let's just make it some more small, and let's move the cube. So in the case of animation, there is an option called auto keying feature in Blender. We can automatically enable, we can automatically allocate the movements of an object by just enabling the feature that is seen here. This is the scene here, the dot option, auto keying option seen here. You can just enable it and just move the cube through to the plane. So for moving, we just click on G, and G we can move the object around Y axis for moving the cube. After moving, it is visible that something happens there. There is a keyframe that gets inserted under frame 1. So for our animation, we only need 20 frames. So in order to end the frame up to 20, there is an option here seen here. There is a start frame from 1 and end frame is 250. We doesn't need up to 250 frames, we only need 20 frames. Just click on 20 and hit enter, and we can see there is only 20 frames visible here. So after doing from one plane, you can repeat the animation. You can also move through the keyboard keys. Keyboard arrow mark for moving the frame, that is the line from frame 1 to frame 20. So in our case, there is a nearby frame, we need to give some gap between that frame. So just only select this frame and move, adjust the frame one by one, adjust the keyframe, not the frame. Okay, now the animation is perfect. So you can see that there is a cube going from one side to another through the plane. So after doing that, we just need to render. For getting output, we need to render our animation. Let's go to our scene properties for getting our output options for rendering. So we can click on the object properties, the third tab, it's on the right side, and here we need to specify the output folder we need to get our animation after rendering. So it is a default folder that comes under the C drive, so we need to change to documents, user documents. I just save it to user documents, and after doing that, it is given that which file format we need to give. So after giving that, there is an option file format. After specifying the file location, there is an option called file format. In our case, we only need a PNG image to render each frame by frame, because it is more faster than making a API for video rendering, for movie rendering. So in our case, we only need a PNG format for rendering image by image, frame by frame, for easily rendering. And also we can adjust the camera size here. You can increase or decrease the camera size, X and Y axis. Also this is a frame start and end. This is a main feature we need to enable. Before rendering, we need to ensure that the file is present under the directory. So in that case, we doesn't lose our animation while saving an animation. We need to ensure the correct path specified before rendering. So let's render our animation. So after doing that animation, let's do it. So go to a rendering window, and the frame, the render, there are number of samples, there are different quality. So in our case, we only need a 64 sample. We don't have much time for rendering, so we just need 64 sample. If we need to change, if we need a high quality content, we can just change it through these values. So in my case, I only need 64. Okay, for rendering, we go to render animation. So as you can see that there's a frame 1, frame 2, frame 3 going on here, processing here for rendering the animation. These are the basic animation for Blender. So see you in our next video. Hope you stay safe.